been a long, long, lonely winter. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been.
A couple of clips of a legendary performer, folk singer Richie Havens, who passed away a few weeks ago at age 72. He had been a guest here on Good Morning Hudson Valley. Actually, I had two encounters with Richie, the over-the-phone interview we did for an appearance locally that, as I recall, he was about to do, and I think it was in Yorktown or Yorktown Heights. And then about a year later, at the opening of the museum at Bethel Woods, I was up there. He was there in person with John Sebastian and a few other people. And on the phone with me, on the line, I have Elizabeth Tryon. She is an accomplished singer in her own right. And before I introduce her, just a little clip of what Elizabeth Tryon sounds like.
You think I'll watch while you're fooling them all. Now that we've touched for only a moment. Now that I know the man that you are. Feel the fire that sleeps inside as it ignites when.
Happy to welcome singer Elizabeth Tryon to Good Morning Hudson Valley.
Hi, well, I'm happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
What is your connection to Richie Havens?
Well, Richie, I'm actually from Westchester County originally, and I've seen Richie. Well, he's been an inspiration for me for years. Obviously, I wasn't born at the time of Woodstock, but I think he's inspired so many young performers, myself included. Even though I'm not, in the same style as him, and so I was just very, very sorry to hear about his passing, and I'm quite honored to just come on the show and talk about his legacy and all the wonderful things that he did.
In what way did he inspire you?
Well, actually, it's funny because I'm trained initially as an opera singer, and then I became a pop singer-songwriter, and I still sing some opera as well. So I couldn't be, more removed from him musically, especially with the opera. But I was always inspired by the connection that he's had to his audience is so profound, and I think it's something that every performer, even if you're not even a singer, just any performer would wish to have. And the way that he was so present with his audience and so in the moment that he was able to, improvise that song "Freedom" that we just heard. A little clip of that's so powerful. He improvised that on the spot at Woodstock, and it just captured the feeling of the whole festival so so wonderfully and so powerfully, and that was something that he was so in tune with his audience and so in tune with the moment. He just improvised it. That's amazing. I mean, this man could sing the phone book, and it would just totally captivate and amaze me. So I admire him so much, and I think his message is so necessary today with the whole 99% movement and the Occupy Wall Street movement. I think those are all the same kind of Woodstock values today. So it couldn't be more appropriate for today.
As I recall, when I spoke with Richie, he told me that he grew up in Brooklyn, was actually very, very early on, was a doo-wop guy. And,
right, yeah.
Yeah, and then he moved to Greenwich. Actually, musically, he moved on to Greenwich Village, and he was encouraged to get up and sing, and that was like the turning point of his life. He just discovered this whole reservoir of music that I guess he really didn't know he had in him.
Yeah, I guess he said that he felt like he was really in the communication business, not so much the music business, and certainly he was a phenomenal musician. But he said he felt like it was just he wanted to just communicate to the audience and through whatever medium he could, and certainly he was a powerful communicator. So I just admire him so tremendously, and then not only that, but he used the money from his recording career to fund educational programs for children, about the environment, which is something that I feel really passionately about. And he performed at the Clearwater Festival, and it certainly, like growing up in the Hudson Valley, he just educated a lot of kids about oceanography and the environment, and that's just again, like another really, really, really important legacy that he left is that he not only touched so many people through his music, but through his environmental education as well.
We're talking with singer Elizabeth Tryon. Now we just have a few seconds left. Maybe you put a little plug in for yourself here. How can people find out more about you?
Oh, thank you. Well, they can go to my website, www.elizabethtryon.com, Tryon, and I have 2 shows coming up in Manhattan, May 2nd and May 21st, co-written by a Comedy Central writer, actually. So they're funny shows. They feature pop music, some of my original pop tunes, and also even some classical music. So it's a very, very fun, very, very fun show.
Elizabeth, thank you so much for visiting with us and reminiscing about Richie Havens, and all the best with your career and the shows.
Well, thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.